Well, what do we have here? We have Mark back on camera saying hello to you fabulous friends. Welcome to another Flesh and Blood video. It seems to me that it's been a while. Have you missed me at all? Well, I've missed you because I sure like speaking on camera directly to you like this. I think it's been like a couple of weeks. All these box openings of Monarch and a ton more to come have basically not prevented me, but have had me do something else on this channel. And today we're going to get back to some discussion about an interesting subject. But before I get to that, let me just say, oh, by the way, how do you like the haircut? It's been like a week already and you haven't seen it, so let me know. Don't waste your time in the comment section, but some of you probably will. But anyway, I wanted to tell you that later on in this video, I will be launching a new contest for the next box opening of Monarch. That will be box number 10. So stay tuned for the rules and regulations of that new contest. You actually will have a chance to win not only the packs. Oh, by the way, let me tell you right away that I have bought quite a few of these, like boxes and boxes, but they're not for me. They are all to give out to you as part of my contest. I really want the game to, it's already taken off, but I want to help promote the game, and I will be giving a lot of these out. I mean, a lot of them. So each contest will probably win you at least one or two decks, whether it be a shadow or a light deck, you get to choose if you are the winner of the contest, and even some cards. But let me get back to that at the end of the video. All right. And oh, by the way, it is the Blitz decks that I was talking about. Realize that I haven't mentioned it. So the 4 Blitz decks, Shane, Levia, Bolton, and Prism. Obviously, 2 light, 2 shadow. You get to choose, like I mentioned, if you are a winner of our contest. Let's get back to that at the end of the video, because now I want to get into the main subject that I've created this video for. I mean, you've seen the title by now. Hammering of LGSs. Wait a sec, not go too fast here. Before I get to that, I just want to make 2 things very clear. First of all, I totally support LGSs. I think that they are the ones that need to be making the money. I mean, they are the middleman between the distributor and us. They are the ones where we get our product, whether it be any TCG product, Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon, Flesh and Blood. And that is where we play the game in their stores, sitting at their tables, and so on and so forth. So first of all, I mean, I believe that LGSs are where the products need to be at, not distributed by these huge chains like Walmart or Amazon or Target or whatever. I do favor entirely support LGSs. And as you know, that was one of the first things I mentioned when I created this channel back in October, that I was willing to help out LGSs and publicize and talk about them and let people know where they're located and if they're carrying the Flesh and Blood product and so on and so forth. So that's the first thing. Now the second thing is that if it were to be known, I mean, that someone, a flipper we'll call them, basically that's what it is buying from an LGS store and then turning around and going on eBay or TCG Player or Facebook or whatever and selling that product that they just bought from an LGS at 3 times the value, then I would say, no, this is not, that doesn't make sense at all. Like I just said, the LGSs are the ones that have to pay rent, phone, electricity, and so on and so forth. They have, their place of business. And there is no reason why it would not be the LGS that makes the money. And I am totally in favor of that and completely out of favor of people who just turn around and flip the product. Now, investments is a different story. Collecting is totally a different story. And playing, obviously, that is the best of what we can get in terms of growing the community and people playing the game. But I'll get back to that in a sec. So just so that you know, I am totally on the side of LGSs. But here is where I have a problem. Where I start to cringe is when I see an LGS purchase their product from a distributor and then refuse basically to sell all of their product, hoarding it, sitting on part of it, waiting for the prices to go up to 3, 4, 5 times their value, and then selling it to people who they are meant to sell. This product is meant for players and collectors. And now, by keeping it, they're preventing the product to go out for their own benefit. Now, I mean, that is okay to a certain point, but do not forget, if you're an LGS store owner, that the reason you have the privilege of buying this product at distributor prices is because your responsibility is to have it go out into the market, not be a speculator and have it benefit yourself. Because, you know, there's unethical practices in that. Do not forget that, well, if you want to do that, you can. I mean, if you're paying your product at a market price like everybody else is, at $150, which is the price range that I see that first editions should be at, then you can do whatever you want. After that, you know, in a few years, 6 months down the road, if you want to sell it at twice, 3 times the price as a personal investor, as a personal speculator, that is not a problem. You can do that, just like everybody else. Everybody's in the same game. But the reason why, again, you're getting that product at that price is to sell it, not to sit on it, hoard it, and then make a huge profit. Now, I have no problem. I mean, we know very well, I mean, it's common knowledge in the United States, distributors, LGSs, I should say, are buying their product from distributors for $50 a box, and in Canada, it's $70 a box. Now, I have no problem with marking up the product 100% if you want, and that would be, if I'm using the Canadian example here, $70, 100% markup, another 70, so that's 140. Okay, well, that would be 100 in the United States. That makes sense, and that gives you a 50% profit margin. Now, just so that I don't want to mix up anybody here, if you're selling the product at 140 and $70 of that 140 is your profit, then you're making a profit rate of 50% on that 100% markup. I hope that makes sense. But anyway, so that's it. Now, all of that creates problems. We've seen it with the launch of Monarch, the biggest one of which is the spiraling out of control of the price. All right, so when a product is meant to come out at a MSRP of $120 or whatever, and it does at a price of $350, $400, $500, that does not make sense. I mean, just using my own example here as a content creator, I mean, you've seen box openings now from content creators such as myself. Actually, Louis did 80 boxes, all right? He's affiliated, I think, with an LGS. So I don't know how he got a hold of that much, but for myself, I would love to open 40, 50 boxes also for my subscribers here on the channel. I'll probably end up doing around 20, but it's very difficult because we also need to purchase that product at market price. And when the sole goal here is to promote the product, obviously it's great because it completes and fulfills my own collections. As you've seen, I collect a lot of the cards and want to make sure I have a full set of each card and so on and so forth. But so at the same time, I get that advantage. But as you know, we would like to be able to promote the game, show you the cards. It's an advantage. It's a win-win for everybody. And that is also why I bought those Blitz decks, so that people could get into the game, get to know the game. And we are into this as content creators we really like to show you what the game is all about and get you guys involved. And we have so much interactions now. We can see in the comment section people sending emails. All kinds of things are going on now with Flesh and Blood. It's really exploding, although it's still COVID, but going in the right direction right now. So yeah, it would be great if we can solve those problems. Now, I may have an idea for that. Personally, I think that the solution to this resides in actions that could be taken by both LGSs and Legend Store Studios. Let me give you my take on what LGSs should and could do. Well, first of all, I think that they know their customers, at least they should. And I mean, the flippers are people that they probably very seldom see in their store, that are ordering online and are probably just buying the products that have growth potential. And a few days later, you see them selling it on eBay or other platforms like that. Now, if you know your customers, then that doesn't happen, right? You know what their normal pattern of buying is. And if I use my personal example with Magic, because I've been buying for 2 years, much longer than Flesh and Blood, my LGS store owner knows very well that if I buy 6 booster packs of booster boxes of Strixhaven, the latest set that came out, it is because I want to complete my collection. I'll open 3, maybe 4 of those boxes, keep 2 for my sealed. I mean, you guys have seen my display out here. I'm a collector of both singles and sealed product. So I need to have both. So for places that would say, okay, I'm willing to sell it to you, because this is another solution, right? For the regular price, as long as you open it in store. Well, I say to that, don't forget that some people are collectors of sealed product also. And personally, I would not have a problem if Mark at because he's also Mark like me, one of the stores I buy at, he would tell me, well, out of those 8 boxes you're buying, I would like, if he didn't know me so much, to see you open 4 of these right here in the store, and I'll sell it to you at the regular price. Then that makes sense. I mean, of course, you can't expect people to open all their boxes because some people want to be buying, collecting the sealed product also. But that is one way. And obviously, the other way is to just not sell to people you hardly ever see or that are buying online and that you know will be flipping the product. I mean, so it all comes down to knowing your customers, knowing which ones are actually playing, collecting the game, and not going out there and flipping it. And I think you guys are all, LGSs are all smart enough to figure all that out. Don't need me to tell them what to do. But I think that that goes a long way in solving this problem. Now, how about what Legend Story Studios could do? Well, I think that one of the reasons we're having these problems also is that there is such a long time between the launch of the first edition and the Unlimited. People do not want to wait an extra month. They're all excited about getting the cards and people all want that product. Unfortunately, a first edition is not meant to have a super high level of printing volume. So to me, one of the solutions they could do would be to have the launch of the the product, the first edition, would be for pre-release weekend. On pre-release weekend, all we get is first edition. It all goes out that weekend. People, I mean, the product will go out. It doesn't take more than a week. I mean, just a few days, sometimes even a few hours to get all the product sold. It's out there. People that are in the game get it right away. If you're not, if you come join the game in 6 months from now, a year from now, well, you start at whatever set we're at. If you want to go back in time, like I did in Magic with Magic the Gathering, and purchase sets, well, you're going to have to pay 2 or 3 times the price that it was at when it came out because you're late, basically, right? And that is just normal. So if we have a first edition available on pre-release weekend, and then the very next week, we actually have the Unlimited version, and that goes on for a few years of printing because we want to get cards in the hands of players, give people the opportunity to play the game. Well, that's perfect. So that's what I think. I mean, if there was a less amount of time, actually, there would have to be just 1 week. Like I said, pre-release weekend is for the first edition, and the very next week we get Unlimited. So collectors, players that want to get their hands on some boxes of the first edition would be able to do so. And I don't know, could even think of a way that you can't be selling first edition in an LGS store 2 weeks down the line. I mean, there's no way that they can't have sold it already. And it would prevent hoarding and sitting on the product. I mean, secondary market is fine, but that can happen afterwards, not now, not when the product comes out. And that's what I think should be done. Well, I think that probably does it for most of the what I had to tell you today. Make sure you leave me some comments, see what you think. I had to do my ranting at least once. You know, Rudy did it a few weeks ago. I forget what the subject was. I've seen Louis do some ranting, so I guess today was my day for ranting against LGSs. But don't worry. I mean, I totally support you guys. You guys should be the ones making the money, of course, as long as we don't have a few bad apples out there that actually start, damaging the game or damaging the reputation by doing things like that. That I don't agree with, and you will not have my support if you do that. So thanks again for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this commentary, discussion. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you've liked the video. And by the way, before we leave, I will announce, I promised you I'd do this. So here we go. Very next box we open, that will be Saturday's video. Today, Thursday, Saturday. We will be opening box number 10 of Monarch, and I want you to leave me in the comments of this very video, this is the beginning of the contest, right? Which Majestic, it's half like what we did last time, which Majestic will be the very first one that we pull from that box? Now, I have all the Majestics of the, I'm only missing 3 Legendaries. I have them all, so I'm happy to give them away now. I've finished collecting those. So what I will do is that if you guess the first Majestic, I will actually give it to you. If there are more than 1 winner, well, I'll have to do a playoff. You guys are familiar with how I do my playoffs once in a while. So this time, not only am I giving it because I'm still throwing in those 2 packs of blitz decks, one light, one shadow deck. If we do get 2 winners, I will have to draw which winner gets the majestic card, but I will actually give each of those 2 winners each a deck of light and shadow. So for a total of 4 decks given out, but I don't want more than 2 winners. I'll do a playoff once again if I do have more than that. All right, so what you need to do is put your pick. Just give me the name of a majestic card from Monarch set right here down below in the comments section. The very first majestic that we pull, whether it's foil, rainbow foil, whatever, no matter what it is, the very first majestic that we pull in that box, you win it if you can guess what it is. All right? So until our next video, Saturday, don't miss it. Have fun, stay safe out there, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.